welcome. Welcome to my series, which I call Astrology in Motion, Ever Shifting, Always Becoming, because that's how I really see astrology. It never lets you stand still, it never lets you not grow. You will get invitations all the time. As the planets, they move around the zodiac, we are getting all these prompts and activations and invitations. So in August, we have a lot lined up. And I'm going to just run through what I see is a theme of emotional awareness and the power of your emotions. So we start with the full moon on the 8th of August in Aquarius. And so as we can notice is that Pluto is going to make a conjunction with the moon. And it's almost like, Pluto is going backwards at the moment, and it just entered the sign of Aquarius just end of last year. And now it's going backwards. It almost feels like, wait a minute, I didn't start out the way I wanted. Let me do a redo. And it's going backwards because it forgot something. There's something we need to address. And now the moon is coming up and getting that transformative and energy from Pluto. So Pluto likes to uncover sometimes taboo things, sometimes things we don't want to bring up, but it's our emotional self that needs now to confront certain things within ourselves. Our emotions can sometimes be quite unconscious. They are inner drives and inner search for feeling safe for your emotions, being able to share your emotions, but also understand them as they connect to something deep within. And Pluto is actually the perfect planet to meet those emotions in the full moon, because we have full visibility. Since the new moon in Leo, now we have more visibility of whatever we started back then, 2 weeks prior. So the next one that is going to happen right afterwards is on the 10th of August. We have Mars in Libra, and it's making a trine to Pluto. So we went from focus on the emotions. Now we have Mars in Libra. Mars is, of course, Libra is, as always with Libra, this is about harmonizing and balancing, hearing all sides before you make a judgment. So Mars is a little in limbo in this position because it wants to move forward and it wants what it wants. But it's still being called to be diplomatic. It still is two air signs talking, and it's almost like it's asking, what have you not been addressing? What have you not been saying out of fear of being, too confrontational, or you might upset somebody, or but there is always a price when we hold things back. So it's almost like Mars in Libra is inviting you to speak up, and Pluto is helping you to see when you hold back, sometimes you give your power to somebody else. And this is about finding the balance where you address things that needs to be addressed openly, honestly, at the same time going forward with it. Mars wants you to go forward. Mars wants you to speak up and be courageous. So this is happening on the 10th of August, that Mars in Libra is trine Pluto in Aquarius. Again, two air signs. So there's a lot about ideas and how we think and how we look at ourselves, how we look at the world, and also what kind of inner boundaries we have. We're created with our minds, limitations we put on ourselves because of conditioning. It's all coming up now. It's about justice, it's about fairness, it's about power, and it's about finding, the courage to get that inner voice out. And then we have 2 days later, we have Venus catching up with Jupiter in Cancer. So from Mars, which can be a bit direct, we are going into a more heart-softening moment where Venus, the planet of love and friendship, getting along, of beauty, on harmony, is meeting up with Jupiter in Cancer. So of course, Cancer being very family related is our ancestors, our family heritage. It's the archetypes we have running in our family, the generational stories, and from which we are a product ourselves. So this is reminding of us of where do we find our emotional safety. And it's almost like you've done the work with Mars. If you've done the work with Mars, now you get to enjoy a little bit of comfort. It might be the time where, with Venus and Jupiter is together in Cancer, it might be the time where you really focus on that family harmony. Where can you contribute to create something more profound and a good feeling for everybody, for yourself, but also revisit where you perhaps did not feel or don't feel this emotional safety. How can you create it? So this is following up from these themes of facing our feelings, our emotions, which also is very much the area of Cancer, and to think about your own family, your roots, the heritage, what conditioning you come from, and how you want to go out in the world and make sure that you are feeling safe and emotionally able to express who you are and have your needs met as well in whatever family setting you have. So this is, and the last aspect I want to talk about today, it's happening a little bit later in the month. It's happening on the 23rd of August, but again, involves Pluto. So Uranus will now be in early degrees of Gemini, and it's going to make another trine to Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto is getting all these, connections. So there is a theme here about, what has been hidden perhaps for a while, and what you've been not aware of. Here we're talking about, psychologically, emotional, what needs to be addressed. Maybe with Uranus now coming in again from an air sign, it's all about ideas and how you look at the future, how you look at yourself. And with Uranus, we always have the chance to reinvent ourselves. We always have the chance to rewrite the script. So what kind of script about the future have been holding you back, and what can you now put in place, like challenge yourself mentally to see where can I go in my own full power, be my own authentic self, not needing to please in order and hold myself back in the process. Can I find that balance where I'm being truthful? That's Pluto again for you in Aquarius. It's also Uranus, say it as it is. And in Gemini, it needs to be communicated, and it needs to be your truth. So it's quite an eventful August we have in front of us, and if we play our cards right, we can actually start a new chapter in our lives. And I find that very exciting. So it's all up to us if we want to do the work or not. But the planets are certainly giving us the indications of a theme here with, the full moon conjunct Pluto, and we have Mars making a trine to Pluto. We have Jupiter and Venus coming together in the sign of Cancer. And finally, we have Uranus making a trine to Pluto later in the month on the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd. So there is a lot of themes here that you can take with you. And as you progress date by date, notice, maybe journal, notice also what's happening, what kind of conversations are you having around you, and how does it fit in with what you're trying to achieve for yourself. So good luck, and feel free to share if you have anything that come up for you while listening to this. And of course, this is a space of respect and feeling safe. So everybody, if they want to share, we will, you know, I will appreciate very much, because we can get this kind of discussion going where we are here to help each other and nurture each other, support each other. Well, that's my dream anyway. So have a great Sunday, everyone, and keep moving. See you soon. See you next time.